Yeah, it's going.
Do you view the transition to a low carbon economy as an important area of investment for New Zealand?
Yes, I do. I think that we need to be continually looking at how we can work towards a carbon zero environment. I think that we've got a lot of programs in place, but we're moving towards that steadily and within the budget that we have set for the economy here.
Do you think that the ETS is a system which delivers the right economic signals and incentives to emitters? And if not, do you think that any changes are called for?
I think the ETS is a work in progress. I think it will continue. We will be continually looking at it each year or each time it comes up for review. I think it's always being reviewed by various parties and by the environmental groups for political parties to make sure that they do not take their eye off the ball with ETS. I don't believe that our party is, and I think we're doing a lot of work around it.
So do you think any changes are needed to it at the moment to bring in certain areas which have been exempted from it, or do you think it's good the way that it is right now?
As I said, I think that it is a work in progress. I think that all the areas, even those ones that have actually been taken out, will come back. I think that, but it's going to take time. And once people know the full process and the impacts, the financial impact it will have to moving towards a full ETS, I think that it will happen eventually.
What are your opinions on expanding New Zealand's fossil fuel industries?
Do I have to answer that question? I think that, again, I think it's something that we need to continue to look at, and our country is actually located where there are plentiful access to oil and gas. Well, it's not so much access, but we have a lot of it around our coastlines. So I think that well planned. I think that we should be looking to expand our fossil fuel industries.
And what about in terms of lignite?
In the southern area?
Yeah.
I think that as long as the plan is right, and I know that you've said about the Kyoto Protocol, I think that once all the full ETS system comes into force, that I think that we might see some movement around that.
So you wouldn't support a moratoria on, obviously you wouldn't, on new fossil fuel ventures or an ETS which completely prices those out?
I wouldn't support one, did you say?
Yeah, that would be correct to say.
I would have to take. I'd have to take counsel with my colleagues on that.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you see? Sorry, do you feel that the government should be giving more support to renewable energy industries?
Personally, yes. I think that it is a good way of generating our own energy. I know that there are issues around wind energy, the windmills out there in Central Otago, but there are also other areas like solar and water, hydro energy as well.
That we should be supporting.
Yeah.
Do you support the reallocation of spending on new roads towards low carbon and public transport initiatives?
Yes, I do. I think that if you've got a good public transport system in place that has low emissions, I think it can only be good for the country. It also takes off people having to use their own vehicles, and I think that some of the electric buses and trains in there are good systems. that aren't actually utilised as much.
How do you feel that South Dunedin can best reduce its emissions as a community?
I think that some of the areas I think to do with our emissions is, as I said before, better insulated homes. If you've got that, then the warmth that's generated within the home itself is actually held in the home longer. I think with better insulated homes, you also reduce health issues that can come from respiratory disorders through having damp homes. And I believe that the government have committed quite a lot of funding and future funding into insulating homes throughout the country.
Do you think that New Zealand's current position on climate change is acceptable?
I think for the current time, yes. I think, as I said before when we started, it is a work in progress, and we can only get better on it. And I think that with the establishment of our internal policy groups, we're working towards it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.